What is going on, everybody? Super Bitch One here, and welcome back to some Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last video, we just got into the class trial, and we're trying to find out who murdered Sayaka. And right when we left off, we were learning another thing about non-stop debates. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with the weak box, only one of these bullets can be actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on and out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence stage. You can press the LB button to rotate your cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press LB to release. Press and release the LB button to cycle through each bullet. Or you can hold down the LB bullet, then use the LB button, then use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to climb, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purpose this time, the logic difficulty will be set to medium. For our purpose, really? Well then, good luck. Aw, fuck! First let's just let it go.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist. So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And killed her with it. And that's exactly what happened.
If the person with the sword really did attack first, there's no explanation for how certain part the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out,
I think they're talking about the replica sword sheath.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
I think that's it. Yes.
No, that's wrong.
Shit, that was lucky as fuck. I didn't even think.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Yes.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Oh.
Means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use the sword, which part of your body would you have to touch your with? Your stomach, right? No.
I got it!
Just hold the sword in your fat.
Palms, right?
Just hold it. Wait. Just like go up and then put the sword and then like just hold it in your fat and then just run around stabbing people with it. What the fuck?
The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, If you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
The fuck?
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about the water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
What the fuck?
Insult, obviously. So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means
Oh shit, my fan.
the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have to be the one without the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
I love it when like something gets revealed and the music just turns off. That shit just like...
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
Damn.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also
Oops.
explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
That's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Damn.
She was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Oh, damn.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired.
So who
She
killed her?
launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey, hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Dying message. Okay, so not gonna load any more bullets in.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Pretty sure that's it, but I don't know. Let's watch.
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
We really have time for all that.
Die! Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
There's still one clue left, I'm sure of it. Sayaka left it on the wall which she was leaning up against.
It's easy just to say, hey, but there just aren't any more clues,
Yeah,
right?
it's this one.
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message. Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. Oh, it was the left when she had the blood on her left finger.
Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still... what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Oh shit, I didn't
You're
even see
right.
that.
The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but... looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Hey, my nigga. Rotate it? I think maybe I see something. Alright, if you're watching this right now, just turn your screen all the way over around and you'll see what it says.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Fucking snitch.
You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it. So, whose name did she write?
If you turn your screen around when you've seen it, you know exactly what that says. Turn it around. Shit, I forgot to read it. But what that spells is Byakuga Tsogumi. No, that actually spells this nigga's name.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
And if you don't want to rotate it
If you turn
180
the
degrees,
message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
what's that spell?
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all.
16 minutes.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. The one thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right, was the replica sword. No. What fuck, where is it? Burned piece of shirt.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
He has a fucking safety pin right there. If you look on the left side of his shirt, he has a safety pin.
Scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
What remains of the button-up tied-up shirt, which the killer was able to get rid of, there's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to where it was disposed, when it was disposed, how it was disposed.
If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Yeah?
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's exactly what proves the point Leon is the real killer. Hold on real Hello? Yeah.
The key to the trash room.
Yeah.
Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator
Did you get it?
was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Alright.
Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so...
Alright, sorry about that. My brother just called me to tell us Pokemon Go was out. There absolutely was a way to use the incinerator without using the trash room key. The killer was able to turn the incinerator on by using something I found on the ground nearby.
The key to the trash room.
That's right.
Whoever was on cleaning duty.
So the only one who could get to the person in charge of
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
Nope, that's it, that's it, that's it. Yep, that's it right there.
That's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use a glass ball in a certain way, which was divine with it. He had to divine with it. The killer used it to divine what time he and I would open the gate. And at that gate opened, they strode right in and used the incinerator. Then Heroes the killer? Hell no, I could never divine something like that. Hell, I want to be there to print it. Shit. I just had to see that. I just had to see that. That shit was funny.
Simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Oh, I changed his voice. Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain now it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just
Yeah.
hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible. Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge for all for the ultimate fucking fanfic now. Baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
Yes, it would.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes, I would. Every case has the last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of the events in the case form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at missing sections and press A, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to the breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, so my room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered, so we have to find whatever one. This looks like it. Hold on, wait, so anyone, where's he's like, yeah, right here. Alright. First, when Sayaka attacked the killer with a knife, they noticed something in my room. I wish I would have knew this when I was playing on the PSP. Hold on, is there anyone when he's looking at it? Okay, this has to be right here. They use that object to deflect Sayaka's attack. Damn, Sayaka looks evil up there. Oh wait, I forgot to, hold on, take that shit off. After the killer countered Sayaki's attack with an attack of their own, what did they do next? Wait. I'm sure that goes there. They forced the bathroom in the only logical way they could have done. Hold on, where exactly does her dropping the knife go? Hold on, let me read this one again. After the killer countered Sayaki's attack with the attack of their own, what did they do next? I'm sure that goes there. I'm positive that goes there. Okay, hold on. I don't know that one right now, but after she was stabbed, Sayaki used the last of her strength to write something behind her. That's easy. The killer used an item to help dispose of evidence. The object the killer threw to activate is the glass ball. What the killer threw in the incinerator was... Okay, they get easier as we go. The piece of evidence left behind in the trash room. I just don't know where this piece goes. Like, really, I don't. Okay, this has to be this one. Oh, so we don't have to put that anywhere? I don't think that's important.
You! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom.
Okay.
The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room.
That's too much. Fuck, this is too much work to fucking kill somebody.
The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Yeah.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent will simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage him in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as bullet time battle, aka BTB or BTW. During BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statement in time with rhythm. Match your button presses with the tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the A button to lock on an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked on with Y as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be in one pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going, you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each buttons. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot will appear. And the weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press Y to shoot it down with a true bullet like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll become victorious. Just like before, your influence gauge reaches 0 or... yeah. Well then, good luck and have fun.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws? Could it have been...
to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
I remember in the anime, he kept saying asshole, 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 asshole. I think. I have to show the indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Alright, let's hope I don't fuck up with this. Alright.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking.
Super focus
Shut
mode.
up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
This shit was hella fast.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Hey, I got an A. Final result. How long have we been going for? 38 minutes. 78 medals. Let's go.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Damn.
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully... What's it gonna be?
Oops.
What's it gonna be?
What the fuck is going on? Huh? What the hell? No, what the fuck? Did it fucking crash? Oh my god. This is fucking stupid. Are you well, fuck this episode.